Today, we are delving into the fascinating world of coffee grounds and their role in gardening. In this video, we'll explore how coffee grounds can be a boon to certain plants, enriching the soil and promoting healthier growth. Coffee grounds are packed with nutrients that can benefit our green friends in the garden. One of the primary components is nitrogen, an essential nutrient for plant growth and development. Nitrogen encourages lush, green foliage and helps plants produce proteins necessary for their structure and function. But that's not all. Coffee grounds also contain other vital nutrients like phosphorus, potassium, and trace minerals, albeit in smaller amounts. Phosphorus aids in root development and flower formation, while potassium supports overall plant health and helps regulate water uptake and nutrient transport. Beyond their nutrient content, coffee grounds also contribute to improving soil structure. They add organic matter to the soil, enhancing its texture and promoting better drainage and aeration. This is particularly beneficial for clay soils, which tend to compact easily, and sandy soils, which struggle to retain moisture and nutrients. Furthermore, coffee grounds can help suppress weeds and deter pests. Their acidic nature creates an unfavorable environment for weed seeds to germinate, reducing weed growth in the garden. Additionally, some gardeners report that coffee grounds act as a natural deterrent for certain pests, such as slugs and snails, which may avoid crossing the gritty texture of the grounds. Let's dive into which plants in our garden enjoy a little Java boost. Coffee grounds are acidic, making them an excellent addition for plants that prefer acidic soil conditions. Acid-loving plants like azaleas, rhododendrons, camellias, and blueberries thrive when soil pH levels are on the lower side. Incorporating coffee grounds around the base of these plants can help maintain soil acidity and provide them with the ideal growing environment. Roses are known for their beauty and fragrance, but they also appreciate a nutrient-rich soil. Coffee grounds can supply roses with nitrogen and other essential nutrients, promoting healthy foliage and vibrant blooms. Sprinkling coffee grounds around the base of rose bushes, or incorporating them into the soil when planting can contribute to robust growth and abundant flowering. Tomatoes are heavy feeders, meaning they require ample nutrients to support their growth and fruit production. Coffee grounds can serve as a natural fertilizer for tomatoes, providing them with nitrogen and other nutrients necessary for healthy development. Mixing coffee grounds into the soil before planting tomatoes or using them as a side dressing during the growing season can help nourish tomato plants and enhance their yield. Camellias are another acid-loving plant that benefits from the acidity of coffee grounds. These evergreen shrubs produce stunning blooms in shades of pink, red, and white, but they require acidic soil to thrive. Adding coffee grounds to the soil around camellias can help maintain the pH levels they prefer, resulting in healthier growth and more prolific flowering. Azaleas are prized for their vibrant flowers and lush foliage, but they also require acidic soil to perform their best. Coffee grounds can provide azaleas with the acidity they need, supporting vigorous growth and abundant blooms. Applying coffee grounds as a mulch around the base of azalea bushes can help maintain soil acidity and improve overall plant health. Blueberries are renowned for their sweet and nutritious fruit, but they require acidic soil to produce bountiful harvests. Coffee grounds can help acidify the soil around blueberry plants, creating an optimal growing environment for these delicious berries. Incorporating coffee grounds into the soil or using them as a mulch can contribute to healthy blueberry bushes and flavorful fruit. Now that we've identified some plants that appreciate coffee grounds, let's discuss the best ways to incorporate them into your gardening routine. Here are some helpful tips for using coffee grounds effectively in your garden. One of the most beneficial ways to use coffee grounds is by adding them to your compost pile. Coffee grounds are rich in nitrogen, which is a key component of healthy compost. Mixing coffee grounds with other organic materials like kitchen scraps, leaves, and grass clippings can help accelerate the composting process and produce nutrient-rich compost for your garden. Just remember to balance the nitrogen-rich coffee grounds with carbon-rich materials to maintain the proper ratio for composting success. Coffee grounds can also be used as a mulch around the base of plants to help retain moisture, suppress weeds, and gradually release nutrients into the soil. Simply spread a thin layer of coffee grounds around the root zone of plants, being careful not to pile them too close to the stems. As the coffee grounds break down, they will enrich the soil and provide a steady supply of nutrients to nearby plants. However, it's essential to use coffee grounds as a mulch in moderation, as excessive amounts can lead to nitrogen tie-up and soil acidity issues. When used in moderation, coffee grounds can be incorporated directly into the soil to improve its texture and fertility. Mixing coffee grounds into the soil can help loosen compacted soil, enhance drainage, and promote microbial activity. Additionally, the organic matter in coffee grounds can contribute to soil structure and provide a source of slow-release nutrients for plants. To avoid overdoing it, mix coffee grounds into the soil at planting time or during soil preparation, and monitor soil pH levels to prevent acidity buildup over time. If you're an avid gardener and also practice vermicomposting or composting with worms, coffee grounds can be a valuable addition to your worm bin. Worms love coffee grounds, and they can help break them down into nutrient-rich worm castings, which are excellent for soil health and plant growth. Just be sure to introduce coffee grounds to your worm bin gradually, as worms may avoid them if added in large quantities. Monitor your worm bin regularly to ensure that the coffee grounds are being processed effectively and that your worms remain healthy and happy. As mentioned earlier, coffee grounds are acidic, making them particularly beneficial for acid-loving plants like azaleas, rhododendrons, and blueberries. To give these plants a boost, sprinkle coffee grounds around the base of the plants or incorporate them into the soil. The acidity of the coffee grounds can help maintain the optimal pH levels for these plants, promoting healthy growth and vibrant blooms. Just be sure to monitor soil pH levels periodically to prevent over-acidification of the soil. While coffee grounds can offer numerous benefits to your garden, it's essential to use them wisely and be mindful of some potential considerations and precautions. Moderation is key. While coffee grounds can be beneficial when used in moderation, excessive application can have adverse effects on your garden. Avoid applying thick layers of coffee grounds as mulch, as they can form a barrier that prevents water from reaching the soil and inhibits air circulation around plant roots. Similarly, avoid dumping large quantities of coffee grounds directly onto the soil, as this can lead to nitrogen tie-up and soil acidity issues. Instead, use coffee grounds sparingly and incorporate them into your garden practices gradually. Coffee grounds are considered a green or nitrogen-rich material in composting. When adding coffee grounds to your compost pile, be sure to balance them with brown or carbon-rich materials like dried leaves, straw, or shredded paper. Maintaining the proper ratio of green to brown materials, approximately 2:1, will ensure that your compost pile heats up properly and decomposes efficiently. Too much nitrogen from coffee grounds without enough carbon can result in a smelly, anaerobic compost pile. Mix coffee grounds with other compost ingredients to create a well-balanced compost mix. While coffee grounds are acidic, they can gradually alter the pH of your soil over time, making it more acidic. While this can benefit acid-loving plants, it may not be suitable for all plants. Before incorporating coffee grounds into your garden soil, it's essential to know your soil's pH level and understand how coffee grounds may impact it. Regularly, monitor soil pH levels and adjust your gardening practices accordingly to ensure that your plants are growing in optimal conditions. If you have alkaline soil or are growing plants that prefer neutral to alkaline conditions, such as most vegetables, use coffee grounds sparingly or avoid them altogether. Some coffee grounds may contain traces of pesticides or other chemicals from the coffee growing process. To minimize the risk of introducing harmful substances into your garden, it's best to use organic or untreated coffee grounds whenever possible. If you're unsure about the source of your coffee grounds, consider contacting the coffee supplier or opting for certified organic coffee grounds. Additionally, avoid using coffee grounds from flavored or artificially sweetened coffee, as these additives may not be suitable for plants. When incorporating coffee grounds into your garden, pay attention to how your plants respond. While many plants benefit from coffee grounds, some may be more sensitive to changes in soil pH or nutrient levels. If you notice any signs of stress or decline in your plants after using coffee grounds, such as yellowing leaves or stunted growth, discontinue their use and adjust your gardening practices accordingly. Every garden is unique, so it's essential to observe and respond to your plant's needs accordingly. As you incorporate coffee grounds into your gardening practices, keep the following tips in mind. Begin by incorporating small amounts of coffee grounds into your garden soil or compost pile, and gradually increase the quantity as you observe how your plants respond. This allows you to gauge their impact on soil pH and nutrient levels without overwhelming your plants. To avoid nitrogen tie-up and promote balanced decomposition, Mix coffee grounds with other compost ingredients such as dried leaves, grass clippings, or shredded paper. This helps create a well-balanced compost mix and ensures that organic matter breaks down efficiently. Regularly test your soil pH to ensure that it remains within the optimal range for your plants. If you notice any significant shifts in pH levels after using coffee grounds, adjust your gardening practices accordingly to maintain a healthy growing environment. While many plants benefit from coffee grounds, some may be more sensitive to changes in soil pH for nutrient levels. Pay attention to how different plants respond and tailor your coffee ground application accordingly. Acid-loving plants like azaleas, blueberries, and rhododendrons may benefit the most from coffee grounds, while others may require more moderate use. Whenever possible, opt for organic or untreated coffee grounds to minimize the risk of introducing harmful chemicals into your garden. Contact the coffee supplier or choose certified organic coffee grounds to ensure the purity and safety of the product. By following these tips and guidelines, you can effectively harness the benefits of coffee grounds in your garden while promoting soil health and plant vitality. With thoughtful application and careful observation, coffee grounds can be a valuable resource for enhancing your gardening experience and nurturing thriving plants.